네, 그러면 이제 오후 문과 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 오후에는 두 분의 발표가 있겠는데요. 영어로 발표를 진행하시니까 제가 간단히 영어로 소개해드리고 발표를 시작하겠습니다. 지금 이제 발표자하고 사회자를 제외하고 그 비디오 기능을 꺼주시면 진행하는 데 도움이 되겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다. Good afternoon, everyone. I sincerely welcome you to participate in this online conference. From now on, we will start the second session of the conference. I'm Kang Byung-gyu, the host of this session. In this session, two professors who are renowned in the field of typology will give presentations. First, the presentation will be made by Professor Liu Danqing. The second presentation will be made by Professor Randy Lapola. I would like to arrange the presentation time roughly as follows. The speakers will each speak for approximately 15 minutes. Afterward, we will get into a question and answer session. The discussion time is scheduled for 10 minutes. Now, let's have the first presenter. Today, we are pleased to welcome Professor Liu Danqing, a special guest from China. Professor Liu is a professor in Chinese Academy of Social Science. As we all know, Professor Liu has published so many papers and books as a leading expert in the field of Chinese typology. Professor Liu previously served as a director of Institute of Linguistics, Chinese Academy of Social Science, and he served as editor-in-chief of Chinese Linguistics, 中国语文. This is a leading academic journal in Chinese linguistics. And now, Professor Liu is the editor of an international journal called Journals of Asian Languages and Linguistics. And today he will be sharing with us his opinion on the Chinese topic system. The title is The Clan of Topics and its Two Families in Chinese from a Perspective of Syntactic Typology. So without further delay, I would like to turn over the microphone to Professor Liu Danqing. Please give him a very warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. 안녕하세요.
네.
Good afternoon. I feel very honored to be invited to present my paper here. And I think it might be the second time for me to present a talk to the Association of Korean Association of Linguistic Typology. And my topic for today's talk is about a topic in Chinese from the typological perspective. And I think topic is very important in both Chinese and Korean. So that's why I choose topic as my topic today. And then now let's go to my title is The Clan of Topic and its Two Families in Chinese from a Perspective of Syntactic Typology. My talk will contains 4 parts, and basically the first 3 parties, and with finally with a very brief conclusion. And now let's start with the introduction. As early as in some works written by structuralist linguists like Hockett and Yuan Zhao, it is noticed that the topic play an important role in Chinese syntax. Later in a paper by Li and Thompson, Chinese and some Tibeto-Burman languages such as Lahu and Lisu are grouped into a linguistic type called topic prominent language. And this taxonomy, 2 neighboring languages of Chinese, namely Korean and Japanese, are labeled as a language with both subject prominence and topic prominence. The similarity and the differences between the 2 types are among the issues that will be addressed in my talk. Since Li and Thompson topic structure in Chinese has been intensively studied in linguistic literature, published both in English and Chinese. I just mentioned a few of them among many others, including the paper by Professor Randy Lapola. The studies regarding this issue mainly focus on the nature of topic in Chinese and their properties in terms of discourse, monosyntax, semantics, and information structure. In these studies, topic is often treated as a general concept, whereas some works pay attention to the variation of topic structure. Originally, topic is mainly conceived of an element in the domain of pragmatic discourse and information structure. Lee and Thompson, for the first time, stress that topic is in the central position in syntactic organization in topic prominent languages, like subject in subject prominent languages. Xu Lizhong and Liu Danqing explicitly argue that the topic in Chinese is a basic syntactic component or function coexisting with subject in Chinese syntax, and my talk will follow and develop this approach. As well as now, as we all know, in Korean and Japanese, a topic can be identified uniformly with topic particle, like nin in Korean and wa in Japanese, as opposed to subject particles ga, i, or in Korean and ga in Japanese. In Chinese, there is no simple way to identify a component as a topic. The boundary between topic and subject is rather subtle and has long been a major problem and debate in Chinese linguistics. Scholars have to identify topics by means of various criteria, such as topic particle, which are far from being obligatory, and semantic rules, word order, and so on. As a result, it is harder to make generalization about topics as a whole in Chinese. In this talk, we will introduce some various types of topics in Chinese that we have described as topics in the previous research, basically in Mandarin, with a few dialectal examples. The taxonomy underlying these types is mostly based on syntactic levels and constructions. Many of these topic types can serve to illustrate how topic is a basic and mighty category in Chinese, so that it can give rise to many peculiar topic constructions that cannot be widely attested in human languages. Some peculiar topics even cannot be attested in Korean and Japanese. In addition, in today's talk, I will take a closer look at the variation of topics to specify which factors have crucial impact on the variation of topic, resulting in variable topicality and syntactic behavior among types of topic. We will therefore see that the topic appears as a big clan in Chinese, containing two major families, each with several members. The two major families exhibit fundamental differences, with one being more syntactic and the other more pragmatic in nature, so they may overlap with each other in some ways. Now let's go to the section 2. Syntactic testing on topic. This is a problem. How to identify a topic. Also, subject and topic really overlap in many situations. There are two components. These two components are different in nature and can be distinguished from each other in many other cases. One distinction that can serve to identify a topic from a non-topical subject is the use of topic particles. There are a number of particles in Chinese, especially in colloquial speech, which can be attached to components with topicality. Zhao Yuanren calls them pause particles because such a particle is always followed by a pause inside the clause. Zhao points out that these particles also serve as question markers, question particles when they occur in the sentence final position. The most frequently used particles for this function are a, n, m, and ba. Zhao Yuanren claims that the subject and the predicate in Chinese function like two minor sentences, standing for topic and comment respectively. The topic behaves like a question and the comment like an answer. That's why topic and question share particles. This means Zhao considered these particles as a kind of topic marker. Cao Fengfu, 1990, and Xu Lizhong and Liu Danqing explicitly defined them as topic markers and gave more detailed description of them in terms of discourse functions, syntactic distribution, and semantic roles. Syntactically, Chinese topic particle, we sometimes called top P, are optional, unlike Korean nen, which is obligatory for the topic position. On the other hand, any component without topicality is not allowed to be followed by a topic marker in Chinese. Let's see the example 1 to 4. In the example 1 and 2, the subject or the temporal adverbial can be marked by, optionally marked by a topic particle a or m. But if we say 一个学生刚刚来过, this is the situation that the whole sentence in focus. There is no topic, so we cannot insert the topic particle after the subject. For example 4, 明天谁去? 老王去, and you cannot say 老王们去, because 老王 and say 谁 all serve as information focus. So there is no topic in this sentence, so we cannot insert the topical particle after the subject. So basically, topic particles rarely occur in written Chinese, especially in formal text, but adding a topic P for a topic only alters its style and does not change the grammaticality of a sentence. So even in written Chinese, we can still try to distinguish between topic and a non-topical subject via adding a topic P. Topic can occur at various syntactic levels. According to Xu Lizhong and Liu, at least 3 levels allowed one or more topics to occur. The topic at the highest level is termed by us as main topic, which precedes the subject or is exactly the subject of the argument structure. The topics in example 1 and 2 previously mentioned are both main topics. Another common subtype of main topic is the patient topic, as example 5. 这本书嘛，我已经看过了。这本书我已经看过了。这本书 is the patient of the verb 看 and you can also say 我这本书已经看过了。这本书serve as the subtopic in the, so we have 2 syntactic position for the topic here. For the example 5, we have this topic in the pre-subject position, and the example 6, in the example 6, we have the topic following the subject 我. On the surface, this construction looks similar to SOV order. 我这本书看过了. As Lu Jianming points out, in Mandarin, the order of PAV is much more common than APV, agent-patient verb. There are more limitations on the use of APV. So usually in Mandarin, we say 这本书我已经看过了, and we much less common say 这本书我已经看过了. But by contrast, in Shanghainese and other Wu dialects, the patient argument occurs often as a subtopic more than often than a main topic. Namely, APV is more common than PAV. Many literature has mentioned this. According to Shen Yiming and Tao Huan, the patient of APV in Zhejiang dialects should be divided into two syntactic classes based on syntactic position. One is a patient topic, so we call it STV, and the other is genuine preverbal object, SOV, like the Korean word order. So 7 and 8 are their examples respectively. The topic in the lowest level is termed as subtopic, as mentioned in our works. One kind of subtopic occurs in so-called pivotal position, which is the object of the preceding verb and the subject of the following verb. This is a construction of Chinese. 我请小张负责业务工作. We can put a particle here. 我请小张们负责业务工作. This is a preverbal usage of the subject particle. And this is a Shanghainese example. 一杯你自己家们一营养礼物. He give son's family. This is a topic particle and one gift per person. This is we call the something we call the subtopic. And now we can see more varied topic constructions, in particular peculiar construction, topic construction. Type 1 is patient topic. We coded it as T patient SV, TSV. And another alternation is STV, when we put the patient between the subject and the verb. These are two examples we just raised previously. In the surface structure, the former looks like OSV and the latter looks like SOV. Based on this order and the relevant facts, some scholars like Jing Lixing believe that the Chinese is a language mixed with VO and OV types. The TSV pattern of topicalization can be attested in many SVO languages, including English, often with resumptive pronouns in the original object position, so-called trace position. For example, the play John saw it yesterday. This is for Wallace Chaff in 1976. Object prominent object front is actually factor. According to recent statistics on compression of topic structure between Chinese and English in the same size of text, the case of object topic are 560 in this scale of text, but in English it's only 16, so it's 35 times as many as English. Another similar statistical result as 42 to 1. So it indicates that a patient topic is a frequent syntactic component in Chinese, while it is the result of very occasional pragmatic operations. What is cheerful to identify a topic type as Chinese style topic? That's what we will talk as frame topic. This is the second type of topic we talked about today, on which he gave such a description. The topic sets a special temporal or individual framework within which the main predicate holds. Chaff's so-called Chinese style topic is mainly referred to those for individual framework which appear as ordinary nouns, but that cannot be treated as adverbials syntactically. For example, 大象鼻子长 ，elephant nose long。这棵树叶子大 ，this tree leaves are larger。Gast terms it as a frame-setting topic or simply frame-setter. It's named on the basis of semantic and pragmatics. Actually, example 11 is a translation of Japanese example, which famous Japanese linguist Mikami Sanshanzhang cites initially as this Japanese sentence in his 1960s seminal studies of Chinese topic structure. And the pattern displayed in 11 and 12 examples, in fact, reflects a typological feature shared by Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. It is an East Asian style topic rather than a mere Chinese style topic, to be more accurate. In the traditional framework of Chinese, the first MP is called the big subject, while the second MP is called the little subject. Semantically, MP1 in this pattern is often the processor of MP2. Elephant is the processor of the nose, of elephant's nose in 11. But syntactically, there is no modifier head relation or other syntactic relation between the two MPs. Furthermore, in Japanese and Korean, MP1 is usually followed by a topic marker and MP2 is followed by a nominative marker. The marking model supports the analysis that MP1 is the topic of the sentence while MP2 is the subject. On the other hand, we actually cannot guarantee that the first MP is necessarily an element with topicality. For instance, if we say 一个乘客在候车室精神失常了，精神失常 spirit in disorder, and this is a subject predicate construction, and this is the bigger subject. But in this bigger subject cannot have topicality because this is a news reporting sentence and the whole sentence in focus. So this is not as topic, and the same similar situation is also true for 14. 谁昨天精神失常了？小林精神失常了。谁 and 小林 are all information topic focus, information focus. You cannot say they are topic with topicality. So if we put them in Korean and Japanese, you will use top subject marker instead of topic marker like this. In some situation you can use none, and in some situation you have to use ga. They are used for different situations. If the whole sentence is in focus, or if the subject is information structure, information focus, you cannot put none, and you have to put ga in such situations. So we cannot guarantee this construction is always a subject structure. The first, the second, third type of peculiar topic structure is frame setting verbal subtopic. Attention, this is verbal subtopic. We say 他学习努力，工作积极. This sentence looks like very simple, but the analysis is very complicated. This pattern appears MP, VP, and AP. Based on this ordering, several syntactic accounts have been proposed in the literature of language teaching, though these claims are sharply conflict with each other in nature. We say there are three accounts for this construction. The first analysis treats the VP, the second component, as a little subject, namely a nominalized component. That judgment, I think, is on the right track. The VP in this position has been largely deverbalized. It is not allowed to be combined with any aspect mark, modal element, and any adverbials for duration, times, manner, and so forth. Yet this counts leave some problem which will be addressed later in this talk. The second analysis treat this construction as a serial verb construction. This account treat the VP as the verbal predicate, but the VP has been deverbalized and can no longer serve as a predicate. Thus, the analysis is impossible here. Huang and I offers a more detailed analysis on why example 17 and many other similar cases cannot belong to serial verb constructions. We employ a number of syntactic testings to prove this. The third analysis treat this as just a plain solo predicate construction, with the VP as the predictive verb and AP as the adverbial, which is called 补语 in Chinese. The later one sounds more consistent with the English translation of this sentence. Hence, the foreign teachers and students prefer this account. However, it does not fit to the Chinese syntactic facts. It treats the VP as a verbal predicate like the second analysis. That causes its implausibility. In addition, post-verbal adverbials in modern Chinese need a linking particle de, but there is no such a particle between the two components. Thus, the adjective phrase cannot be a post-verbal adverbial. So we agree with the first analysis in considering the VP as the argument or adjunct of the predicate. A remaining question lies in which is the topic and which is the subject. According to the argument structure, the genuine argument of the AP is the MP, and the VP provides a framework in which the main preposition holds. For instance, in example 17, 努力 diligent is the adjectival predicate for 他 the subject instead of 学习. So we think that it is the VP that semantically functions like the frame topic. So it occurs, though it occurs in a subtopic position. So this is the post subject subtopic in this sentence. So this topic's type is peculiar in that it makes a VP to serve as a topic behind the linearly follows the subject, syntactically lower than the subject. And I think we cannot easily find the Japanese and Korean counterpart of this frame topic mentioned here, because it's hard to find Japanese, because verbal elements cannot serve as topic freely in these two languages, unlike Chinese. The type 4 is argument split topic. If an object consists of some modifier or determiners or quantifiers, the head noun can be separated from those elements and occur in the sentence initial position or pre-verbal position to function as a topic, with the rest of the object MP remaining in the post-verbal position. And my paper in 2001 identifies this construction as a type of topic construction and terms the topic as argument split topic, as in 19 and 20. 衬衫他买了3件. Shit, he bought 3 pieces. And also these examples, like shit, he bought this one, and shit, he bought the dark blue ones. And these are split topic. We can characterize the construction as follows: only the bare head noun or bare MP with modifier rather than determiner and quantifier can be a split topic. Determiners like demonstratives or demonstrative phrase or numerals and quantifiers must remain in the post-verbal position. The split topic always conveys a genericity or kind in reference, while the element following the verb conveys the indefinite, definite, or quantificational meanings, with indefinite references most frequent. In Mandarin, the split topic usually occurs as the main topic in the clause initial position, while with the subtopic position acceptable, marginally acceptable. But in Shanghainese or in other Wu dialects, the preferred position for split topic is the subtopic position, as in Shanghainese example 25a, though the main topic position is acceptable. So the dialectal difference between split topics in Mandarin and Shanghainese is consistent with the preference pattern in patient topic as described in previously, where Mandarin prefer the main topic pattern and Wu dialects prefer the subtopic pattern. Split topic is rarely tested cross-linguistically, but because it violates the principle of domain integrity. This is Simon Dick proposed the principle. But we have noticed that at least in some languages, we do have counterexamples of these split topics, as in Korean. These are Korean examples of the argument split topics, and I will not read them here. And also we have read some literature about at least in German, split topic has been identified by some linguists. But the author also mentioned that it is not, all these split topics are not available in English. So I think it's not too surprising, as German has been found to have more prominent topic structure than English. And English is more typical in subject prominence than German, as Shibatani mentioned in his papers. The final topic types I mentioned will be identical topic or copying topic. In identical topic or copying topic is a topic that is fully or partially identify a corresponding element located in the following part of the clause. The topic can be nominal, verbal, or adjective. Identical topic is more prominent in Shanghainese in Wu dialects than in Mandarin, like the case with patient topic and split topic. Identical topics compose a very big set covering several subsets of topics. We have given many detailed description in our previous works, most of which are subtopics located between the subject and the main verb. Each subtype conveys its own constructional meaning. We can only briefly go through some examples standing for different subtypes in Mandarin and Shanghainese. CE in the glossary stands for topics corresponding element in the comment. And this is for verbal identical topic. This is for nominal 主任 director. This is nominal topic. This is adjective topic. 聪明 very smart. 聪明 看 主任. This is so also called topping topics. And this is Shanghainese example. This is nominal, and there are no other verb in this sentence. Just 女朋友嘛, 女朋友. This is the topic particle, and this is the sentence final particle. Just 女朋友嘛, 女朋友. She is just the girlfriend indeed. 刚杀个动词. How can you say that she is just a colleague? She is your girlfriend. 热心, this is adjective topic. And this is another other kinds of identical topic constructions. They all stand for different constructions with different construction meanings. In short, identical topics convey constructional meanings such as affirmation, emphasis, concession, contrast, stress, stressed perfect aspect, and so on. They are mutually related in some ways, and I cannot go into much details. And identical topics exhibit some key properties of topicality. If it is a nominal, it always appears as a bare MP without a determiner or quantifier, like the split topic. It is generic MP in nature. By contrast, the corresponding element in the following part can freely take a determiner, quantifier, many other things. If the topic is verbal and adjectival, it will be an unbounded one without any aspect mark, modal elements, and intensifier. Unboundedness is virtually the counterpart of generosity in verbal domain. Since the frame element as identical topic simply copy part of the component comment and does not make meaningful contribution to the proposition, and the identical topic is semantically empty indeed, though the whole construction can convey holistic meaning. So as a semantically empty component, identical topic violates the principle of economy, but it is a topic type which seem to widely attested in Asian topic prominent languages. For instance, Lhasa, Tibetan, Jingpo, and Karen. Many languages are yet to be investigated on this parameter, as this item is usually absent in questionnaire for linguistic description. It has been found that some languages outside Asia, such as Russian, Spanish, Portuguese, Gombe, Koa language spoken in West Africa, have some phenomena similar with verbal identical topics described under various terms, but there is no report that these languages have nominal identical topics. In addition, the fronting verb is identified as a focus instead of as a topic in Gombe, as in Abo and summary for this section. As a topic prominent language, Chinese exhibit a big range of variations of topic structure. That it is a multi-category in Chinese. As a multi-category in Chinese, topic can occur as a various syntactic levels, respectively, resulting in main topic in sentence initial position, subtopic between subject and verb, and the subtopic in post-verbal position. The prominence of topic gives rise to a rich inventory of topic constructions in Chinese, many of which appear rather peculiar and can barely be tested across linguistically. These topic constructions have various constructional meanings and pragmatic functions respectively, yet they maintain basic properties as topics. In most cases, ruling out elements without topicality. So let's go to final section 3. We will talk about crucial boundary between two major families of topics, that is with or without a topic mark. And I have to go through very fast. Why we can judge a component is a topic instead of a regular component like subject or adverbial or something else. And I go through many literature, including my own, and I found out the following key points. The element occurs in a preverbal, including clause initial seemingly additional position, which can hardly be recognized as a regular syntactic component, such as subject or adverbial. Frame topic, split topic, and identical topic belong to this case. The second one is the element occurs in a preverbal position, which is not its regular position. Patient topic belong to this because in its original position, it should be the position following the verb. 3, the element conveys definiteness, genericity in a reference, and is usually given information. And point 4, with or without properties mentioned in 1, 2, 3, an element is followed by a top P, which is not in the sentence final position. So in languages such as in Korean and Japanese, an element with property 1 tends to be topic, but not necessarily to so, because as I mentioned before, you have marking distinction between topic and the subject. In Chinese, we don't have such clear marking distinction. So basically, all the elements in question in these constructions can be optionally marked by topic P. Therefore, in principle, we group all of these constructions into topic structure based on syntax. However, we also have a case similar with the double subject sentence in Korean and Japanese. In that case, the first MP will be prohibited from being marked by top P. So the top P can be a tool in recognizing these topic types. With point 4, if an element is marked by top P in Chinese, it is definitely a topic. The troublesome problem no longer exists. Even a regular components like the subject, adverbial, or some post-verbal components, once marked by a top P, will be reanalyzed analyzed as a topic at a certain level. In Chinese, we actually employ two criteria to recognize a topic. One is the syntactic structure, and the other is top P. They interact with each other in some ways. When a top P occurs, the element marked it will be a topic regardless of other construction condition. Nevertheless, the two criteria are very different in nature and will have different results in terms of semantics and syntax. We will deal with this in the following subsections. Topic of various types can be optionally marked by one of the topic P's, but in many cases, it does not overtly occur. So we found that the most important thing is that a topic construction with topic marker belong to a root phenomenon. It means it basically only appears as a main topic or sentence and is structurally kept from typical subordinate clauses. But the syntactically defined topic constructions can occur in subordinate clauses. So that's the key distinction. distinction between the two big families. So let's see the examples here. 老王忽然情绪冲动, you can put me here. But if we put this clause in the object position of the verb 防止, prevent, we can no longer put me here. But here we can put me because 知道 is know, is a non-control verb, and prevent is a control verb. So the non-control verb has no impact on the object clause. This is the similar situation with the patient construction, patient topic construction. This is the similar situation with the attribute or relative clause. 西瓜早点运出的人卖得好 and you cannot have 西瓜吧早点运出的人卖得好 only if you put 西瓜 as the topic for the whole sentence. So topic particle seems very sensitive to subordinate, which should be key factor shaping different topics. And we see linguists have many studies on decentralization. And when you take the process of decentralization, you gradually lose these properties of a full-fledged typical sentence. First of all, you lose no elocutionary force like question or like these speech acts. So we see that in topic construction, when you use a particle, topic particle, you cannot have the position in the subordinate clause. So this is we call the root phenomenon. But the construction, topic construction based on syntactic definition, we don't have such limitation on the topic. So there are a key difference between the two types. This is the example for the object position following the verb 要求 demand. So now we have two major types of topic structure in Chinese. This is a new generation for my studies on topic. The two criteria are related to each other in some way. In most cases, a structural topic defined topic can be optionally marked by a topic P, while components without topicality, such as non-topic subject, cannot be marked with a top P. So that's they have such different. So finally, we have this summary. We have actually we have something to say about say attention, some attention to subject. The subject is often said to be the default topic in pragmatics. It is basically true, except for various types of non-topical subject in Chinese. Syntactically, subject is just the subject, and we do not have to assign a topic status to it. When it's necessary to highlight the topicality of the subject, it can be marked by a topic particle. It happens very often in spoken Chinese, especially in Wu dialects. if every subject with topicality should be marked with such, the language will be typologically closer to Korean and Japanese, but Chinese remains very far from the type, from this type. So we have this schema. Some topic is just marked by topic marker. We call this particle topic. And some defined by syntactic criteria. So we call it a syntactic topic. If a syntactic topic is marked by a topic P, and then it became a particle topic. A subject is just a subject. It's the default pragmatic topic with cases of non-topical subject. If it is marked with a topical particle, it becomes a particle topic. That's the new scheme of mine, and that's the very brief summary. And I will not repeat this because time is limited. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation, Professor Liu. Now let's have time to ask questions and discuss Professor Liu's presentation. Is there anyone who wants to ask about Professor Liu's presentation? Please turn on the microphone and ask a question. We have about 10 minutes left for discussion.
Professor Liu, I have a question. I am Jungmin Lee, as you see. Welcome to Korea.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Lee.
So you try to have the topic particle for real topics, at least in speech, right?
Yeah.
Then you want to include ne there too, ne. I try to characterize it as a kind of contrastive topic, but you seem to try to call it topic marker rather than contrastive topic marker. As in your plenary talk at the Chinese Linguistics Conference at Hanyang University some years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, then what is the function of ne? In the case of do you which do you love, mama ne, papa ne? In that case, ne has a totally different function, right?
Yeah.
It's another topic as far as I can see. It is rather a kind of contrastive focus. So how would you solve that kind of disparity?
Okay. Let me try to explain something. Thank you, Professor Lee, and thank you for coming to listen to my talk. And I'm very glad to see you again in this special situation. And I think after many years studies on Chinese topic, I have made clear something, but I still have some confusion in my mind. And this time, take this chance, I rethinking of many things. And I finally, I think I have some solution for this stage solution. The sentence final particle is the source lexicon of the Chinese topic particles, and when they function as particle, as topic particle, they become a very important lexicon of particles, and they serve some functions different from the sentence final particle. Also, they still have connections with the sentence final particle with some elocutionary functions. So I think the most obvious topic function is exhibited in the function of focus of topic particles, especially in spoken Chinese. But still, we have many constructions that only exist in topic prominent languages. So we still have to admit that they are basically topic structure. But in this time, I think they are located in the different levels. In the sentence level, the particle topic is the more typical particle. But in the syntactic structure level, we still have some constructions which make use of topic structure to make different constructions to express different constructional meanings. And if we don't have topic prominence, we don't have so many topic constructions. And now I can return to the sentences with Baba ne, Mama ne. I think in these two examples, we have the particles functioning as question markers. But the question function, the interrogative functions actually don't directly, immediately originate from their sentence final particle function. Instead, they come from topic particle functions. Baba ne, mama ne is in this question, you expect an answer. The answer will serve as a very clear comment about the topic. So Baba ne, Mama ne is still remain their status as topic. Meanwhile, they serve as question and urging the addressee to answer these questions. So I think they directly come from functions of topic particles instead of sentence final particles.
Thank you very much.
Due to time constraints, the first presentation should be finished here. There is a general discussion time later. The rest of the question will be then answered and discussed. Once again, I would like to thank Professor Liu Danqing for your valuable presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.